Hey everybody, thanks for joining us for another Macro Monday. And today we are going to be drinking Estrella Damm from Damm Brewing out of Barcelona, Spain. Thanks for joining us.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. It is everybody's favorite Monday. It's Macro Monday, the first Monday of every month, where we take a macro and we review it. Pretty simple. I've got Andy in the attic. I've got Jay. I am Ben. What macro are we drinking today, gentlemen?
Estrella
Estrella
Damm.
Damm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Jump right in. Who picked this one up?
I
He
did.
One of his trips to Hub City.
Yeah. Hub City in Birmingham.
He's trying to make us more international.
I am. Branch out on our macros. We got other international macros to follow this year.
Yeah, I love it. I think that's awesome. Did we pull the trifecta?
Nope.
No.
Sorry, guys.
Boo. Boo, Sandy.
That's it.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Estrella Damm, 5.4% ABV and 26 IBUs. It's pale lager and released in 1876 in Barcelona. The ingredients are barley malt, rice, hops, water, and they're all ingredients from that Mediterranean region. They say this Spanish lager is a lighter than Central European beer, and to suit that Mediterranean climate. I have to drink it again and see. Is it lighter? I guess, yeah. It was originally named Strasburger beer. And it'll make sense later on as I go on why they would name a Spanish beer Strasburger beer. And it had a 5-pointed red star as their symbol. People referred to it as the one with the star or the star. And remember, that was like how Pabst Blue Ribbon came about, that Blue Ribbon beer. So in 1921, the name changed to Estrella Dorado, which means gold star. Estrella means star, Dorado, golden star. And they changed it from a red star to the gold star that we see today. But then it wasn't until 1991 that they changed it to Estrella Damm for a more corporate image. And they kept the gold stars we see today, and then they added the red background as a nod to the original red star. And they made the red the corporate color of the whole brand of Damm. So, what do we get done? It's in Barcelona. It's a Damm or Damm. It's like a big corporate conglomerate of breweries, and they do other type of drinks, things like that. And they do also, it's weird, they have interests in logistics and hospitality. So it's not just beverages. So they're a big deal. 1876, August Kunstmann Damm and his wife Melanie and a cousin who was a master brewer named Joseph Damm, they settled in Barcelona and they set up a brewery. And after the brewery, they opened a bar too. They came from the Alsace region of, technically it's France, but it's on the border of Germany and Switzerland. And it went through annexations with Germany, this region, back and forth over multiple wars. Ultimately, it's now in French borders. But at the time in the 1870s, that was the Franco-Prussian War, and they were fleeing that. Settle in Spain. Again, they opened the brewery, opened the bar. 1905, they actually opened a brewery called La Bohemia Brewery. And then that which would ultimately become the Damm today. In 1910, it became Estrella Damm, and more corporate. That SA means like a corporation thing, like societe and like a corporate heading. Today, they distribute in 133 countries, and the brand is the oldest in Spain.
Wow.
Drink to them.
So impressive. Thanks for the history, Andy.
Yeah, 133 countries. Jeez.
That's good distribution channels.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably, a handful of those out of the U.S. or so.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, if you look at what beer gets distributed to the most countries, that would be an interesting thing to find out. I gotta believe that they're up there.
They too are wise to the issues of Puerto Rico, because they say, Puerto Rico, protect the environment, do not litter. Come on, Puerto Rico. What's going on?
we got to figure out why everybody's so down on Puerto
Probably
Rico.
a legal issue in Puerto Rico if you're going to create, distribute a product down there. Got to remind them. Oh gosh, they're always like, I keep forgetting. Let's not throw this out.
And you got to think about that. Whatever they're distributing to us, which this obviously is distributed to the southeastern region of the U.S., it's the same probably shipment that's going to Puerto Rico, given it's U.S. territory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Has anybody had this one before?
Nope.
All right. Jay, what do you think about this one?
Ben, you've had it.
Why don't you go first?
Ben's had it.
I have.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm going last anyway. When did I have
I'm always a Stucky guinea pig, right?
Even Joey's had it.
That's funny.
Joey must have brought it.
Joey had it 5 years before you did.
When did I have it? Since you got it
2019, May 30th, 2019. It's almost your 5-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh, it is your
5-year. We'll see how you rate it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll jump. It's very carbonated. It's given me some nice burpees. It reminds me of a true macro, the way you described it. Just barley and
rice
and
hops.
It tastes like so many of our macros, lost in that shuffle. I don't know, for some reason, to me, the first sip or two I had, it honestly kind of reminded me of a Coors Banquet. I don't know why, but it did in a little bit of a way. And I don't hate it. Don't even just dislike it. It's drinkable, but it's not something I'm going to go out and buy. I'd probably rate it on the order of a 6. Probably on the higher end of some of our macros. It's got flavor to it, but it's just reminds me of those cans on TV shows that just say beer. So.
All right. Well, since I've had this one before, Andy, what do you think?
I forgot that one of the ingredients was rice, because I was going to think corn at first because of the aroma, and then the first sip, it's that sweet kind of. It's more sweet than anything, and it's got it's carbonated, but it's got a flat lingering taste at the end. It's just very characteristic of a macro lager. You can tell there's a little difference between it. It's definitely a more quality macro lager taste than our U.S. adjunct macro lagers, light beers. It's got more of a flavor. It's just not a flavor that's going to elevate it to a good score. It's just got a different flavor, different sweetness. I do appreciate their macro lagers being you get a touch more bitter feel to it versus the U.S. ones at the end. I can't entirely hate on it. It's a lot better than a lot of the ones. I think I'm 5.5. It's so on the fence between 5.5 and 6, but I'll give it 5.5.
All right. So when I first had this one, the first thing it reminded me of, because frankly I had forgotten.
You're talking in 2019.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, that was a long time ago. I've had a lot of beer since then. But the first thing it reminded me of is a Peroni. The Italian kind of macro, and that was really. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's a similar flavor. I don't know if that's rice or I'm sure we'll do Peroni at some point, and maybe we'll be able to compare and figure out what the ingredients are with it. But that was the closest thing that I could think of that matched this one. I don't necessarily dislike it. I mean, I think when I compare it to most American macros, I probably like this better because it does have a little bit of a different flavor. It's not that corn sweetness as Andy was mentioning. It's just, it's just a different flavor. I don't know if that's the water or if that's the rice or what it is, but it just comes off different, just like a Peroni does or a Stella. Those are all kind of, just a different flavor to them, to the macro. So, I mean, for me, I could even see having a keg of this, honestly. I mean, would I choose that over other things? No. Would this be a beer though that I could drink in quantity for a few weeks? Yeah, I think so. I could. I think for that reason, I'm going to give it a 7. I think it's okay. That is going to be a 6.2 for the Estrella Damm from where?
CC Damm out of Barcelona. Right there on the label.
Yeah, I can't read that. So 6.2 on this Macro Monday. Definitely one. If you've had this, let us know what you think about it. Where do you come out on a 10-point scale? Give us your rating. We would love to see that down in the comments. Or you can come share that on social media, or you can join us in our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. The link is down below. It is a chat room, and we would love for you to join us and the others who have joined us there. Lastly, if you have any interesting Hopped Up Beer Review merch like Jay's shirt or the glass that we have been showing off here, some other things, go check the link down below in the description and grab something for yourself or a loved one. For Andy in the attic and Jay, I'm Ben. Thanks for joining us on this Macro Monday.
Cheers, man.
But be sure to like and subscribe. Cheers that notification bell. If you made it this
Mixing it up.